so pretty cool. We're looking at Endymion crater is right here at the top. You can barely see it. It's the bottom of it. But I'm going to get, I'll be looking for shots from Endymion crater. Mr. John Lear suggested it because there's not many photos of it out there, and he has a nice one with the veil descended. Again, I'll just give you guys a link. Look up John Lear, Facts and Theories, The Living Moon. John Lear, Facts and Theories, The Living Moon. And you'll get a nice close-up photo of Endymion crater. Why am I talking about Endymion crater? Well, underneath this beautiful crater, there's this anomaly that absolutely fascinates me. I call it the face. There's a happy face. There's a ridge that actually goes all the way up to Endymion crater. By the way, this is really a line of something not seen clear enough yet in this photo that goes from this crater here with two black specks in it. I hope you guys can see. Yeah, I think you can. Well, there's two black dots there inside, and this is just under Endymion crater. It's absolutely amazing because it's very symmetrical. Both areas are the same size, same shape, etc. It's a dark shape that we can hardly see. Here, there's a lot of greenery and color right there, west of Endymion, just underneath here. If you're wondering why there's edges on this photo, this is a stitched photo from about a year ago during the supermoon. And of course, I was horrified. The supermoon, I could hardly see the surface. But there's another crater right beside it. And I'll get both names, don't worry. I'll get the names of these craters for you. They're not craters anyways. Over here, you can see another spherical dome or some kind of object in there. Anyways, a lot of stuff going on. When you look at the surface of the moon, or a photo like this, you know it's a real photo. This is an X-ray. It's the surface. It's the most amazing and most satisfying and most relaxing thing to do is to find structures on the surface of the moon. Now that I know that there are actual confirmed structures on the surface, it's breathtaking for me. I'm taking the time to do it. Hopefully, I dare not even say it, but anyways, tomorrow I'll be outside with my, the big, So, hoping for the best. Thank you. You can clearly see a flat surfaced crater, which is absolutely mesmerizing, just over top of the lens there. And here, the wall, and it comes down here, another wall, another wall, another wall, and this is all descending levels on the surface of the moon where you can see the connection, right? It's a tower, most definitely a tunnel with something going through it. Right there, it's connected. It's towering off the surface, my friends. It must be over 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 feet high. Listen, there's no jokes. Say to yourself, if some of these bloody crater walls are almost 5,000, 6,000 feet, could you imagine how high these structures would be? This wall would be very high, would be several thousands of feet. And in the depths, you can see a lot of what looks like bumps here. Yes, overhead structures again on the surface. This is one of my most amazing photos I've ever gotten of the surface of the moon. We could see them there, the white structures, flat ejecta, supposed ejecta here. Everything's there. All the structures are there, but they're hard to see, and the surface is gray, including this area here too is also gray. The ejecta is all here. You can see it there, the supposed ejecta. Whether it be camouflage or whatever it is just blinding our view of the surface. And people are not, well, not everyone, some are appreciating it, but not everyone appreciates the blurry photos at times. And for me, this is science. This is amazing. Like, look at the shape there. You wonder, it could be inverted, it could be outwards. You never know. It's hard to tell because of the foreshortening, the optical illusion, of course. At times in the Southern Highlands too, some of the craters look oblique, etc. But this mechanism that's right there is gigantic. Absolutely gigantic. It almost looks like a rocket ready to take off. It's placed upwards, standing up off the surface. Now, I've talked about this photo so many times, and people tell me, well, for those asking me, how close are we going to be with a 14-inch telescope? Well, to give you an idea, this is with a 4-inch telescope. We could see literal surface construction. We're looking at something that looks like a building, and yet again, it looks like also a mechanical device. We could see what looks like a straight. It doesn't look like. It's there, and it's in color. You could see that it's cement or rock, gray, just like any dam wall that we would build here. And I didn't swear. I'm talking about a literal dam wall. We could see the colors here, the gray. We could see at the back here a lighter basaltic color. On the surface, we could see a lighter gray. So again, the same reflectivity as the surface. We can see the structures, and we have to get in pretty close to see them. I was zoomed in here on this object inside of the lens here. And around this, we have other structures here, here, and here, and here. Towering actually very high off the surface, but it's absolutely the same reflectivity as the surface, the same reflectivity. It could have been 1,000 feet higher and we still would not have seen it, but yet we can see it by zooming in like this. Doing this every time. I said to myself, I'm not going to show it again. And I see it and I go, my gosh, I got to show this. These are structures 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Or objects, of course. It's structuring. Look up the term structuring and you'll see what it means, structuring. It's exactly what we're looking at. This one is absolutely high off the surface. Whatever it is, it's incredible. The structure here is totally symmetrical. A massive installation or building right there, but it's white on white. I'm going to go up. I know it's blurry. Oh my goodness. There's others appearing in the photo. See, this is not a joke. It's blurry, right? But I'm going to go all out. Look, blurry or not, you can see them appearing. It's not pixelation. Right there. Setups. Look inside here, the hole. You see it now? Like hundreds of structures there. A couple of structures here. Big flat surface side. Right here. What do you want me to call it? Platform, I guess. Here too. Towering object. A symmetrical platform like a door open up or a statue high up off the surface. Structures there. Here too, all white. And all this beside this beautiful city. Definitely structures right there. Endymion crater in the northeast side of the moon. Underneath it, there are what looks like tunnel structures. I will clarify it, of course, as much as I can in better photos and get it more live. The moon phase is here. Haha. Another interesting point. Merimbrium. I wanted to talk about that today. Let's see why China would have had problems landing on the surface. They did talk and mention themselves a problem with elevation levels and descending levels, uneven level, uneven surface. Well, I'm going to show you Mare Imbrium, just underneath of Sinus Iridum, and to the right of Sinus Iridum, where I showed you the city, of course, underneath, descending down, what's on the surface. Just absolutely incredible. An entire different surface for you all. Mare Imbrium seen at a view where we could see an overhead view of the structures on an angle, just magnificent way of seeing exactly what's on the surface without knowing what's there. People tend to say, "Oh, I don't know what that thing is. It's blurry." No, it's not blurry. It's not because you don't know what an object is that it's blurry. There's no blurry objects here. There are objects that we just don't know what the heck's on the surface. Go on to a mountain. Not that big of a mountain, any sized mountain. Drive away from the mountain. Not 100 kilometers. Drive 30 kilometers away from the mountain. Turn around and stare at the mountain. Get out of your car, park, look at the mountain. Your gray and forest-like mountain that you were on top of now looks bluish, and it also has a haze in front of it. I live close by a mountain
mountain from here in the States, Malone, New York in the States, very close by to the Quebec border. And when I look at the mountain, it looks blue and hazy. And when I drive towards it, it becomes less blue, more gray, and the haze disappears. So, to give you an idea of the surface of the moon, why we're all complaining that there's a haze on the surface, I mean, let's not forget that we are talking about a supposed 400,000 kilometers away at its furthest. Check out WSO YouTube channel when you get a chance.